Hi, welcome to another edition of Born Black in America. And today's topic is about, I want to speak on why there's not enough, in my opinion, there's not enough black conservatives or Republicans that speak about racism, and especially racism in this country. All too often, it seems like the Democrats always have a say or have a voice about racism, speaking about racism, especially right now with the turmoil that's going on in Ferguson. However, you rarely hear Republicans, black Republicans, speak about racism, about the mass incarceration of African Americans, about the unemployment rate, about the job situation, about the wealth gap. You don't hear black Republicans talk about that. Now, you hear black Republicans talk about pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps, but don't talk about the policies by the Democrats that have actually harmed the black community. Now, you do hear some, but not enough. If you think about the fact that we have of the 13% population, the black population in this country, 90 some odd percent of those are consider themselves to be Democrats. And such a small percentage, a minority in a minority, that consider themselves conservative or Republicans. However, if you do your research, as I did, on the voting history of the Democrats and the Republicans, you'll see the Democrats are not really is not really for African Americans, at least not in our plight. I listened to Malcolm X recently, a tape that he did, a recording that he did about 50 years ago, and the problems that he was saying that we had back then, we still have today. Have poverty changed with since the 1960s in the black community? No, actually, in many respects, it's gotten worse. We elected our first African American president. The Democrats did. Largely, Democrats elected him. And has anything changed? No, nothing has changed. It's actually gotten worse for African Americans. But we will often, because he's black, we'll often give him an excuse. Well, in this segment of Born Black in America, we're still feeling the pain. We're still feeling the pain of the injustices by not just by Democrats, but also by the Republicans and their failure to come to that aid. Now, I applaud certain Republicans that are looking to be president or running for political office, but they need to speak on those issues. Now, my friend and partner, John Singletary, we have this organization called Judicial Freedom Riders, and you can visit us at www.jfrinc. And what we're concerned with is that we would like to see more minority participation, particularly black participation, in government contracts. Now, I was listening to Dr. Omar. He had he talked about on his YouTube video, and he talked about the importance of contracts that allow African Americans to participate. Now that would make a huge impact on the black economy. Malcolm X said, "Always follow the money." On who you're supporting, always follow the money. Well, if you follow the money on Barack Obama, as Dr. Omar said, well, you can find out that a lot of his money came from white liberals, and they want this country to be liberals. I'm a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. I'm a Christian. Dr. Omar, I believe he's a Muslim. Of course, Malcolm X is a Muslim. I'm a Christian. However, Paul said that to owe no man but to love him. When we are in debt, we become a slave to the lender. So if you are indebted to the government, such as welfare, such as this new Obamacare, if you are dependent upon a government handout, you're a slave to the government. African Americans have been in slavery much too long, and we need to get out of slavery. We need our freedom. And the way of us getting our freedom is by government creating our own businesses that are self-sustaining. Yeah, we'll start it off with government contracts, but those contracts will lead into private sector contracts, and so that company will not be solely dependent upon a government contract, but it gets the ball rolling. The federal government spends $8 billion in goods and services every year, and African Americans, blacks, they only get maybe 1%, if that, of those contracts. Well, where are those contracts going? No, I don't hear black Republicans, especially on the you don't hear them in the local levels, and I don't hear them on the congressional levels that try to promote and make ways for African Americans to participate in those contracts. Many times, what's happening is that we'll be bid out of it, and the way we're bid out of it is the regulation that the government put on it. How in the world, if you want me to bid for a $100,000 job, you want me to have $1 million a bond? Well, doesn't make any sense. The bond. I mean, why would I need that? And then what about giving us certain concessions? You know good and well that we don't have that wealth. Look at the income gap. The income gap between whites and blacks is still high. So why are you going to be looking for an African American to have a certain amount of money, they got to have a high credit score? If I had a high credit score, I wouldn't need money. If I had all of that, then I wouldn't need to have these programs. But we were given at the end of slavery. We were just let us go and fend for yourself. Well, meanwhile, while you gave, such as in the 19, or I believe it was in the land giveaway in 1870, we weren't allowed to participate in getting of land, in the giving of land. Yeah, we don't even talk about the 40 acres of mule, because that was just a myth, pretty much. We need more African Americans in the Republican or conservative party, and we need their voice, and we need them to participate in solving the problem that's plaguing this country. What's going on in Ferguson is just a result of bad Democratic policies. That's what it is. Bad Democratic policies. Look, those policies that has helped to worsen the unemployment rate. The unemployment rate for young men in Ferguson is between 40 to 50%. Why? Now, why is it continuing? When you have 67 or 70% of the population for that city and no black mayor, no black police chief, you can't blame the white man for that. Look, this has been an edition of Born Black in America, and please like our channel, and please subscribe to this channel and become a member of JFR, Judicial Freedom Riders. We need your help in solving it. We have a plan. We need your help. Please join. $36 a year. It is tax deductible, and we are a non-profit 501(c)(3). We are that, and we need your help. We cannot do it by ourselves. We need your assistance. May God bless you, and stay safe.